Like, after we found out why Beyonce made a lot of the songs that she did and for what reasons, I'm not shocked one bit to find out that Jay-Z is allegedly listed in the Epstein.
50 Cent is still going hard at Jay-Z and Beyonce. He's not letting up one bit. Now things just got even wilder because 50's hinting that Beyonce herself might be caught up in this whole Epstein mess too. Word on the street is Jay-Z's name popped up in those Epstein files and everyone's been buzzing about it. A woman reportedly says she woke up inside Epstein's mansion and claimed Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein were both in the room. Once that story started spreading, 50 wasted no time jumping online, throwing shade, and stirring the pot.
No, you gotta go back now and say, why was the NFL continuing to support with all the confusion going on in the media? And maybe it's all of that found money right there.
He said, damn, they got your man Jay in the Epstein files. I gotta do a doc on this ish. And you already know when 50 says something like that, he means business. But here's where things really heated up. Beyonce apparently thought she could keep 50 quiet. Word is she got her lawyers to reach out and warn him to stop posting about Jay and Epstein. Big mistake, because that just fired him up even more. Instead of backing off, 50 doubled down and kept going even harder.
I'm planning to make a documentary specifically starring Jay-Z. Yes, that Hove, who always acts deep on social media. You know I'm right. I'm not going to film his singing stages. I want to film his daily life of not releasing albums, only posting opinions, and still wanting to be regarded as a legend. I want to show everyone how he spent decades treating his fans like air and still talks about experience, power, history with a straight face. In the documentary, I will talk about things no one dares to say. For example, how he's busy taking photos, posting statements, collecting sponsor money behind the Super Bowl, yet can't even control the storm on his own social media. I want to show everyone his business acumen, not about making money, but about how to package himself as an idol while making others clean up after him. I want people to understand one thing. Jay-Z's legend is sometimes just a balloon blown up by others. And me, I'm the one here to poke that balloon. Just wait, folks. This is definitely going to be as spectacular as Big Pimpin'.
A source close to Beyonce reportedly says she was furious. The rumor is that the Carters had already dropped big money to keep certain media outlets quiet about the whole situation. Now the 50s blasting it all over social media, that plan might have just backfired in a huge way. People started noticing something strange. Even the Shade Room quietly deleted their post about Jay-Z being named in the Epstein files. And guess what? TMZ, People, Us Weekly, Complex, and Billboard all stayed totally silent too. It's like the entire media world just zipped their lips overnight. So it's pretty clear the Carters probably thought this whole scandal would fade away fast. They must have assumed that it'd all blow over once the headlines disappeared. But they clearly forgot about one person, 50 Cent. That man never misses a single chance to throw shade at Jay-Z.
It's not looking good for Jay-Z, man. 75% of the people who followed him on Instagram think he's guilty, including family members. Rihanna has unfollowed him, man. Beyonce, what you saying?
Whenever there's an opening to take a jab, 50 jumps on it like it's showtime. And you know how he gets. If someone tries to warn or threaten him, it only fires him up even more. The man feeds off that kind of energy. So after word spread that Beyonce allegedly sent her lawyers to tell 50 to stop talking about Jay and Epstein, 50 clapped back instantly. He went right back on social media, dropping a mysterious post that sounded like a warning shot, basically hinting that Beyonce might want to chill before things get even messier. Then 50 Cent took things up another notch. He shared this AI-generated clip of himself and dropped a caption that said, "I smell beef and popcorn." That line alone had the whole internet laughing and watching closely, because when 50 starts stirring the pot, you know chaos is coming. You never know what kind of receipts he's about to dig up next. Remember how he pulled out all that wild stuff on Diddy for his documentary? He exposed things people didn't even know existed. If he could do that with Diddy, imagine what he could uncover about the cars. 50's got no fear and no filter when it comes to calling people out. Now the big question everyone's asking, can Beyonce actually stop 50 from making this Jay-Z documentary? The internet's not convinced. Fans online are joking that maybe Beyonce should just sit this one out, or even call a divorce lawyer before things blow up any further. But here's where it gets even crazier. A lot of people are starting to whisper that Beyonce might not be completely innocent. Some think she could have known more than she's letting on, and that's why a divorce might never happen. Because if we're being real, Jay-Z and Beyonce probably have dirt on each other, and staying married might just be their safest move. And we can't forget that Beyonce's name has been surrounded by her own wild allegations for years. People online have accused her of everything, from secretly blocking other female artists from shining to even darker whispers involving black magic and mysterious sacrifices. These rumors have been floating around forever, and they just won't seem to die down. One of the most unsettling claims came from former NFL player Larry Johnson, who said he once went to a strange after-hours party hosted by Jay-Z and Beyoncé back in the early 2000s. He claimed the event left him deeply disturbed. According to Johnson, it happened in Colorado at some late-night rap industry gathering, and he swears there were people there who didn't even look like adults. He also alleged that Beyoncé made a comment that made him extremely uncomfortable, though he never went into full detail. And if that wasn't enough, there have been tons of rumors online about Beyoncé being tied to dark spiritual practices, everything from witchcraft to secret rituals. None of it's been proven, of course, but the talk just keeps spreading, and it's got a lot of folks online side-eyeing the whole situation.
Jay-Z and Beyoncé are going through a serious PR nightmare right now. After their names got linked to the Epstein list, millions of followers disappeared almost overnight. Brands started reviewing contracts, and sponsors quietly pulled back, but before things could cool down, Nicki Minaj jumped in and made it way worse. She basically said Jay-Z is no better than Epstein and started dragging up years of old industry drama. What makes this messy is Jay-Z actually signed Nicki back in 2009, but long-term she ended up becoming the bigger artist, moving around 130 million records compared to his 90 million, so that power dynamic completely flipped. Then there was Tidal, the streaming service Jay-Z promoted as for artists, promising better payouts and bringing Nicki and Kanye in as partners, except it flopped. The extra pay per stream barely made a difference, fans didn't switch, and according to both Nicki and Kanye, they were promised millions in bonuses and exclusive deals they never fully got paid for. Jay-Z later sold the company and walked away with about $380 million while they felt shorted, so that resentment had clearly been building for years.
These wild claims aren't just coming from random internet trolls. They're coming from people who actually worked with Beyoncé for years. Back in 2018, her former drummer, Kimberly Thompson, came forward with some explosive accusations, saying Beyoncé was allegedly involved in what she called extreme witchcraft. And she didn't just talk. Kimberly actually filed for a restraining order against Beyoncé, claiming she had been spiritually attacked. That sent the internet into a total frenzy. But it doesn't stop there. Another former insider, Ashley Everett, who used to be Beyoncé's dance captain, started raising eyebrows recently too. She was caught liking a few very shady posts and comments online, including one that claimed people listening to Beyoncé's music don't even realize they're entertaining demons. Fans went crazy over that one. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get darker, another ex-dancer, Khadijah Shari, who worked with Beyoncé on the Formation video and that massive 2016 Super Bowl performance, dropped her own shocking claims on Instagram. She hinted at seeing things behind the scenes that left her completely unsettled. And now everyone's wondering what really goes on inside Beyoncé's world. Khadijah didn't hold back at all. She straight up called Beyoncé a witch and even accused her of allegedly calling for something terrible to happen to a child. In a furious post, Khadijah wrote, "Are you effing serious? You called for my child to be harmed. You evil witch essence. Check on my child. I'm about to blow this ish through the effing roof." That post was intense, and before long, it mysteriously disappeared from her page. Most people probably wouldn't have even known about it if Tasha K hadn't stepped in with the receipts. Tasha shared screenshots of Khadijah's post on X, formerly Twitter, and later broke down the whole situation on a YouTube channel, sending the story into overdrive.
So Jay-Z's name came up along with Pusha T. And apparently Jay-Z was on that island. Okay, we're gonna pick it up right now. Hold on for a second, hold on. Justice.gov. Apparently there was a tip that was called in from an alleged victim. This is the Federal Bureau of Investigation. This is from the justice.gov, okay? And apparently on case ID is 3IE New York 3027571, Jeffrey Epstein child sex trafficking. On or about 7/10/2019 at 8:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, blank called the FBI. They blanked out the victim's name. Called the FBI National Threat Operations Center, NTOC, to identify herself as a victim of sexual abuse by Jeffrey Epstein and others. She provided the following information. In approximately 1994, she revealed herself as a past victim of sexual abuse by Epstein, described the abuse occurred during parties, further identified as a friend of blank. In approximately 1996, resided with blank in blank, and an unknown man abducted her from her home, whence she later awoke in the presence of Harvey Weinstein and Sean Carter, Jay-Z.
Social media went wild trying to piece together what really went down. Now, to be completely clear, these are all just allegations, not proven facts. Nobody's claiming this has been confirmed. But when the same kind of stories keep coming out from different people, former co-workers, dancers, insiders, fans can't help but ask the question everyone's thinking. At what point does it stop being a coincidence and start looking like a pattern? And that's exactly when things start looking like a pattern. One rumor, you can ignore it. Two, maybe still coincidence. But when the same kind of claims keep coming from people who were actually on the inside, that's when the public starts perking up and asking some real questions. People start wondering, what's really going on behind the glitz and glamour? But here's the part that a lot of folks avoid talking about, the theory that Jay-Z and Beyoncé might not even be the ones truly in charge. Let's be honest, no matter how rich or powerful these two are, there are always bigger players in the background, people with more money, more influence, and way more control, the ones calling all the real shots. Remember when Kanye West went off and claimed that Jay-Z and Beyoncé are just control puppets? He even hinted that a lot of top celebrities are being blackmailed over things they've done in their past. It sounds wild, but that idea has been floating around for years. And with everything resurfacing now, people are starting to question if there might actually be some truth hiding under all the chaos. So between the Epstein allegations, the media silence, Beyoncé's rumored legal threats against 50 Cent, and all these old accusations bubbling back to the surface, it's starting to look like the Carter Empire might be cracking right in front of us. Things that once seemed untouchable are now being dragged into the spotlight, and fans everywhere are watching every move. Now the big question is, can Jay-Z and Beyoncé actually bounce back from all this, or is it already too late? Once the public starts forming strong opinions, it's nearly impossible to change their minds. You can't just put that kind of toothpaste back in the tube. The internet never forgets. But I want to hear what you think. Do you believe 50 Cent is bluffing about dropping a documentary on Jay-Z and Epstein, or does he actually have enough dirt to expose something major? And what about Beyoncé? Do you think she's innocent in all this? Maybe someone who got manipulated early on, or is she a full-on participant now? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe for more updates, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next.